everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to bring you guys a little tutorial on how to patch and grind Jeera. Now, Jeera is what Americans call cumin seeds. You can see there are these nice little seeds here. And you're going to notice that in a lot of my recipes, I do use this spice. And whenever I refer to Jeera, I mean roasted and ground Jeera, not the one that's sold in American supermarkets. The one that you tend to find in American supermarkets is very light in color, and I find it really doesn't have the flavor that this has when it's roasted and then grinded up. So today I'm going to show you guys how I roast it and then how we grind it. So if you guys would like to see the rest of this video, please continue watching. Before we get into the whole patching and grinding process, I just want to show you guys here that I have about 2 cups of Jeera, and what I did was I took a fine mesh strainer and I went ahead and I washed all of the Jeera seeds. Now the reason why I did that was because I wanted to get any of the grittiness or the sandiness that was on the Jeera off while it was in the package. So you just want to make sure you do that step just to get all of the sand or grit off that might be on it. So once you do that, you want to lay it out on a tray and you want to let it dry overnight. Now you can put this outside to dry in the sun, but it was raining all night, so I let it dry inside. And you're going to notice that sometimes it might still be a little damp, and that's okay because when we dry roast it in my pan here, they're going to dry up and they're still going to get nice and brown. What I've done here is I've taken all of my cumin seeds or my Jeera out of the pan that it was drying in, and I went ahead and I put it in this heavy bottom pan that I preheated to a medium-low heat. You're going to see that the seeds start to smoke when they're roasting in the pan. And you really want these to get nice and brown in here. They're sort of a lighter color at this point, but you really want them to get nice and dark brown. You'll know that they're done when the smell gets really pungent and they look like they're burnt, but they're really not burnt. So I'm going to leave it on a medium-low heat and I'm going to stir constantly so this way that one side doesn't burn and one side stays light. I'm going to cook it or roast it in this pan for about 20 minutes. I'm going to show you guys what that looks like when that part's done. So I've had my Jeera patching on a medium-low heat for exactly 20 minutes, and all of the seeds are really nice and dark brown. They're a few shades darker than they were when we first started. So after these 20 minutes, what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to take all of my cumin seeds and I'm going to empty it onto the tray that I had the seeds drying on before. You're also going to notice that when you're patching this, the seeds get really light, not in color, but in texture and feel. You're going to notice they get really light and they are easier to stir around than they were when you first put them in. That's because all of the moisture that was in them burnt off. So I'm going to let these cool now for about 10 to 15 minutes and then I can start grinding. I have my roasted Jeera here that I've let cool in my pan for about 10 to 15 minutes. It's still just a little warm, which is okay. And I have my blender here. Now you may be wondering why I'm using a blender and not a food processor. The reason for this is because the blender is made out of glass. The food processor is more of a hard plastic, and that plastic tends to get chipped when you grind spices in it. So you can either grind it in the blender like I'm doing, or you can grind it in a spice grinder, or you can use a mortar and pestle. Of course that would take a little longer, but whichever way you use, it'll all come out the same. So I'm just going to start grinding this, and then I'm going to show you guys what it looks like when it's done. Alright everyone, I wanted to show you guys the Jeera after I finished grinding it up. The blender did a great job of grinding it very nice and fine. As you guys can see, it's nice and fine. There's no coarseness to it. If you wanted it to be a little more coarse, you can go ahead and leave it coarse, but I like it nice and fine to be used in my recipes. So I really hope you guys enjoyed being in the kitchen with me today. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below what you guys would like me to make next. Thanks for watching, everyone.